Hey everyone, you've all seen me mock flat earthers more than a few times, but this ridiculous cult has recently gained an unexpected member in the form of Candace Owens. She's really been dazzling the internet with her stupidity lately, so let's check it out. In case you haven't heard of Candace, she's a conservative political commentator and total nutjob whose ridiculous positions go far beyond supporting Trump, lying about vaccines, and whining about Black Lives Matter. After working for conservative propaganda outlets like PragerU and the Daily Wire, she went off on her own and now pumps out high-octane garbage on YouTube. Now, I've actually talked about Candace in passing a few times before. The first time was in my first video about a Piers Morgan segment, which was mainly about Terrence Howard, but also brought up a ridiculous rant from Candace about science being a pagan faith. Let's start things off by examining the 10-month-old video that rant came from so that we can get some context, and then we will get to a more recent video where she complains about the You Go Girl Blue Origin flight with Katy Perry and friends. Just so you're aware, this video is called The Shocking Satanic Origins of NASA. Kind of sounds exactly like a flat earther, huh? Let's take a look.
Uh-oh, ladies and gentlemen, I am in trouble again. Why am I always in trouble? I'm trending on Twitter for saying something unsayable. Look at this #1 trend. It reads, Candace Owens rejects Earth theories, faces backlash. How am I ever going to survive this? But also I have to admit that trend is kind of cool because I'm trending under science, and that is a first. It's got me feeling like CO the science gal. Bill Nye the science guy. Christ is king.
You know you've hit rock bottom when your attempt to entertain and persuade people genuinely looks like an episode of Tim and Eric. Her attempt to satirize a popular science communicator involves just saying, Christ is king, and patting herself on the back for no reason. This is the level of intellect we will be dealing with throughout this video.
All right, so whenever I'm trending over something that's just not that big of a deal, I know that there's something the establishment wants to hide. It's called a media overreaction.
Kind of like how conservative pundits never shut the fuck up about trans people? Got it.
Monday, I did this whole long episode about why I am now rejecting the cult of science. So many things that they've lied to us about. Vaccines, birth control, people that are being injured, and we just accept everything the experts say.
You uniformly reject everything that experts say. That's how you became this complete joke of a person that denies literally all of science. Stop pretending otherwise.
And we're sacrificing our own bodies. It just feels strange, it feels wrong. When you look further in the history, they just keep lying and getting away with it. What I said was that science has become a pagan faith. Yes, that's what I actually believe. And I said, if I don't get it from the Bible and I can't observe it with my own eyes, I don't stand it as the truth.
What an immaculate display of the mentality of a cult member. Who is they? Every scientist in the entire world? What are they lying about? No concrete examples, of course, and then a remarkable contradiction. If she can't get it from the Bible and can't see it with her own eyes, nothing from the Bible can be seen with her own eyes, and yet she blindly believes it, while rejecting empirical science that can indeed be seen with her own eyes. She's just too lazy and stupid to look.
Shout out to everybody watching this video. Okay. Now, I get what this guy is saying. I get it. I get that he's a scientist. I get that he's support. He's saying everything that is seen, she's rejecting it. You telling me, hold on.
And yet she blindly believes it, while...
So he's saying she's rejecting all this that she can see. Can you see this? The guy that is talking in this video, can you see this? Like this planet, this so-called planet, the Earth out in space. Can you see this thing? It's like, bro, you calling somebody dumb, but really you're the one looking dumb. Dude, that's just a fact, man. Look at this. You actually believe in what NASA... Candace is actually correct. She's actually right. This man is... Yes, you talking, you're making jokes. You smart talk, yeah. You smart. You saying things like... Yeah, I get it. It's all cool. It's all cool and all that. But really... Is that the truth? Are you the one dumb, or Candace is the one that's dumb? Let's continue. You're gonna prove us that in your video. I'm not gonna say nothing, but people watching really, I'm gonna say this. Earth is not round. It is not in space. That's it. Okay, let's continue.
Rejecting empirical science that can indeed be seen with her own eyes. She's just too lazy and stupid to look.
Oh, let me add something to this. Okay, this blue marble, it is generated. It is not a fact. It is not something. Even NASA said it. This is generated. So this man that is talking, I think you need to look into the things that you're talking about. You just have so much hate. He has so much hate. Man.
Look,
I'm starting to see a trend that every time you start talking about the Bible, you start talking about God, you start talking about spiritualism, and recognizing that America and the West is an anomaly, that there are spiritual forces that are working on people at all times, the media panics because the media, in my view, is a bit satanic. I genuinely believe this.
religious
Okay. Pause. She said it's a bit satanic. Just a bit. I'm asking this to anybody watching this video. If there's one person watching this, I want you to comment below. Answer this question, okay? Answer this question. Do you think... Okay, no. When is the last time you've watched the news and felt good? I'm not gonna go with great. I'm gonna ask you good. I'm simply gonna ask you good, not great. When is the last time you've watched the news, anything from this media, from the government, you felt good after that? Please answer. When? Now, I'm gonna ask you another question. When is the last time you've watched the news or the media or all these things, you felt depressed after that? Comment. How many times? Just how many times? Every time, let's say you've watched the news 5 times since you were born. Between the 5 times, how many times of those have you felt depressed after watching it? And how many times have you felt good after watching it? Let me know in the comment.
nut jobs just can't handle the fact that the world is becoming increasingly secular because it reminds them that they are deluding themselves. They need absolutely everyone to believe not just in God and creationism and prophets and miracles, but their specific God and creation myths and prophet and miracles. They pretend that the cold, dark world is intolerant to their bright, shining faith, when in actuality, they are intolerant towards anyone that knows how infantile they are. They engage with stories and concepts like literal toddlers who believe in scary boogeymen in the dark and who need an omnipotent daddy figure to take care of them and tell them what to do, and then act offended that the rest of humanity has progressed to at least a kind of adolescence where we are ready to take responsibility for our own actions and learn something concrete about the world around us. They refuse to leave this developmental playpen, and it's pathetic.
The origins of NASA are satanic. And I went, what? What are you talking about? And OMG, you guys, buckle up. What I'm about to tell you, you're not even gonna believe me, but you can just research this.
No, I definitely won't believe you because Satan isn't real. He's the boogeyman in the story you believe because you have the intellect of a toddler.
Is this guy for real? Is this guy for real? Dude, if you're really telling me that Satan is not real, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. You really are lost. That Satan is not real? How is this? You know what? What do you guys think? Is Satan real or he's not real? You comment below. Let's continue.
Evil force ruining the plan of an omnipotent deity who just can't get rid of his enemy for some reason. Totally believable. Anyway, she now goes on a long rant about Aleister Crowley, Jack Parsons, satanic rituals, dirty sex stuff, and pretending that NASA exists basically because of these few people alone.
He was an occultist who pledged his allegiance to demons. He routinely practiced sex rituals. He believed in masochistic and sadistic sex, believed in free love, and he's the man who made rockets a reality and co-founded the agency's Jet Propulsion Lab. NASA would later consider that experiment, which happened again on Halloween, to be the first rocket experiment.
There's no point in listening to all of this. It's just the standard propaganda technique of pointing at one person that will seem unsavory to her demographic and discrediting entire fields of science or institutions by association. John Money bad, therefore blah 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 trans is bad. Werner von Braun lived in Nazi Germany, so NASA is Nazis. Jack Parsons was a weirdo, therefore all of NASA is based on Satan stuff. A classic tactic. In reality, NASA was founded in 1958 primarily in response to the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik in 1957. Eisenhower didn't want the US to fall behind with regards to space technology for reasons including national security, and he established NASA as a civilian agency rather than a military one, believing it would be more effective for space exploration.
Okay, I want to pause it right there. Okay, this man, what he's saying is exactly what the narrative is. It's what is out there. Now, what Candace is saying is what is not out there. Now, this is the time where you're gonna say Candace is a conspiracy theorist, and then this guy is the guy. It's like, yeah, this guy's saying exactly what you want to hear. Okay, but what you want to hear may not be what you need to hear. That's when people that question everything come in. And trust me, you want to be friends nowadays. You want to be friends again. I mean, nowadays, more than ever, you want to be friends with somebody that questions everything. That does not just go with what they're being given and actually take what is being given to them and question it and say why. How many? They're like this why, this blah, going behind it. And in this case, I would go with Candace. Not this guy. This guy's just telling me what the government told him. He's telling you what NASA told him. But is it really what it is? You tell me in the comment.
Immediately upon forming, it had 8,000 employees that it inherited from the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. Anyone fixating on one or two people as the basis for the formation of NASA is an idiot.
Okay, let me speak real quick. Okay, one person can come up with an idea. Okay, so it's not a group of people. So this guy's making it seem like you need a whole world to come up with an idea. It takes one person to come up with an idea to control the whole world, and he can get a partner to finance it, and then that's it. It's gone. You hire a couple people, you hire more people, and then you keep on going, and that's how it takes over. So you do not need a whole world. Well, you think when it said NASA, because it's an agency, it has to be like at least 10 people that came up with the idea? No. It's just an idea. You get somebody to finance it. Then you hire people. So you get an idea, you get a financer, that's it. And you can have an idea, and you are the financer, and you get somebody else to represent you, but you are the guy. Bro, come on, man.
I reported that he chanted Crowley's hymn before he lit his rockets. They're just chanting satanic, demonic hymns before they lit these rockets, guys. This is not a joke. This is not a test. This is history that is hiding right under your nose.
Nobody cares, Candace. Nobody cares. If something works in science, it doesn't matter what you chant before or after demonstrating it, whether it's all hail Satan, all hail Jesus, or all hail Tom Cruise. It has no effect on the science, nor does it tie the achievement to any religious group. Rockets work because of science, and there were people all over the world working on rockets. So you can stop pretending that rockets are the product of Satan himself, because again, he's not real, and people who use rockets today don't care that a few people who worked on rockets in the past were a little weird. Although honestly, worshipping Satan is not any weirder than worshipping the genocidal asshole god of the Abrahamic religions. Sorry.
And the naked pregnant women that were dancing through fire in the garden. This is totally normal stuff, guys. Just,
pretending that rockets are the product of Satan himself, because again, he's not real, and people who use rockets today don't care that a few people who worked on rockets in the past were a little weird. Although honestly, worshipping Satan is not any weirder than worshipping the genocidal asshole god of the Abrahamic religions.
This right here shows me that this man, I get it. Now I actually understand why he's saying everything that he's saying. This man is either a Satanist or a Freemason. One of those. Or something similar. He's got to be one of those. You've got to, if you are watching this video, you've got to be one of those. That's it. That's just it. You were so mad. Why you? Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Candace hurt you? Just by watching her videos, you going off like this? You are not only attacking Candace, you are wow. This is something. This is something, man. Come on. What do you guys think about this? This is some diabolical movement right here.
Sorry.
And the naked pregnant women that were dancing through fire in the garden. This is totally normal stuff, guys. Just, coming up with NASA and jet propulsion, you sometimes got to have a naked pregnant woman dancing in the garden through fire.
And sometimes when you're a fundamentalist Christian, you have to lynch black people and bomb abortion clinics, or generally do some of the most heinous things in human history. Apples and oranges, right, Candace?
There you have it, guys. That's the origins of NASA and the program, the jet propulsion program, we're going to make it to space mission. But don't worry, it would be totally crazy for you guys to think that Satan worshipers are still involved in NASA. Obviously, after it got started, they went totally clean. Everything was been above board. Nobody believes in this stuff anymore. And everything's great and everything is normal.
Yes, a story about like 3 people is totally the story of all of NASA. And of course, nobody else at NASA today worships Satan, you guys. Don't be silly.
This guy, he's attaching. Bro, I told you guys, it takes one person. The top, look, I'm gonna put it like this, right? The top, you at the bottom, you have no idea what is happening at the top. You see, like these people, they're just working. Yeah, of course they're workers. They are workers. They're doing what they're being told, but you have no idea what is actually happening at the top. You have no idea how this company was founded. You have no idea. You have no clue. You are just working. It's like you looking for a job. You get one of these big corporations. They hire you. They put you at a desk. You there. You working on files. That's all you know. That's what it seems correct to you, right? But do you know how the company was founded? Do you know if the company is running on blood or not? No, you have no clue. Why? Because you are all the way at the bottom. You're all the way at the bottom. It's like Freemasonry, right? Freemasonry, you do not know what is happening at the top. Like there are levels. At your level, you do not know what is happening at the levels on top of you. Till you get to that level, you will never know. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. The top knows everything that's at the bottom, but the bottom does not know everything that's at the top. It's just what it is, man. I'm done watching this video. It's too long. This guy's too angry. He's too mad. Somebody hurt him. I don't know who hurt him. Maybe Candace did in her videos. But why is it watching Candace's videos and he's so mad? It's not good for you. She got too much power over you, man. She got way too much power over you. You're giving her too much power. Now she's in your head. Every time you sleep, you think of Candace. You're mad. You're angry. I'm angry. She got too much power over you, my boy. You gotta let it go, man. You gotta let it go. That's just too much. You're not convincing anybody. Like, you're not convincing me that Candace is that she's lying, or you're not convincing me. You're reminding yourself that she is wrong. You're reminding yourself. You're not reminding anybody else but you, and maybe people that believe in the things that you believe in. Then yes, but other people, no, you're not. You're not gonna tell me Satan is not real. You're not gonna tell me Yahuwah is not real. You're not gonna tell me he's a murderer. Like, you're not gonna tell me that. Never. You're not ever gonna tell me. You know what I'm saying? So we have this for a reason. You get what I'm saying? So don't tell me that. I'm out of here though. Catch you guys next time. You can comment below. You can dislike this video. Dislike, and do not share. Do not subscribe. I'm gonna catch you next time, you Zuru. The distractions I ignore, on them demons I ignore. If you good work on my board, if you bad you I ignore. Yeah man, I was born in the ghetto. Now you know that I grew up with a struggle. They even told me I would end up like a zero, but I ended up with a gold medal. Tu fais du bien, ça vient chez toi. Tu fais du mal.
mal, ça revient chez toi. Tu fais du bien, ça revient chez toi. Tu fais du mal, ça revient chez toi.